Trident is a brand new story. It's only just about 12 months old. We are the formation of a three-way public company merger, which was closed last January. It was the result of a merger between Rockridge Resources, Mass Gold, and Eros Resources. Rockridge Resources brought a high-grade copper asset in northern Saskatchewan. Mass Gold brought 4 gold deposits in the Larange Gold Belt, or the LGB, as we like to refer to it in this presentation. And Eros Resources brought a balance sheet with cash and marketable securities. Closed the merger last January. We did a small raise, a small flow-through raise, and we told the market we would accomplish 2 things last year, which we've done successfully. We would complete an MRE, a mineral resource estimate update, which we delivered to the market. 4 deposits in the Larange Gold Belts, greater than 2 million ounces of gold. That's slightly more than 1 gram per ton. And the second thing and most important thing that we did last year was we fully executed the first exploration plan at Contact Lake, which is an asset we're going to talk about tremendously throughout this presentation. We drilled 7,000 meters, 19 holes at a 100% success rate, which is highlighted by some very high-grade intercepts, and we'll show you that there. So we do operate in a tier 1 jurisdiction. We are a pure play gold focused company in Saskatchewan. Saskatchewan is not very well known for gold exploration, mostly known for potash and uranium. Trident plans to change that. We are focused on the Larange Gold Belt, which is an underexplored region in this country. And the plan for this company is to really create the next new mining camp in Canada. We have over 2 million ounces of gold on our balance sheet, and that does not include Contact Lake. That's very important to make that differentiation. We have a high-grade foundation. The Contact Lake mine in Saskatchewan, it was discovered in the 1980s. It was built by Cameco in the 1990s for 65 million Canadian dollars. It started to produce in 1994. It produced through 1997. It's high grade, it's underground. It produced almost 200,000 ounces between 94 and 97. The mine was shut down in 1998 for 2 reasons. Most importantly, gold prices were sub $300 an ounce. It was barely a break-even mining operation. Cameco closed it. They spun most of their gold assets into Centerra at the time. The Contact Lake mine was decommissioned. The mill was shut down. They cleaned up, they left, and the asset went into the internal care program of the Saskatchewan government, where it stayed there for almost 20 years until we took it out of that program in 2021. The mine is high grade, produced at over 6 grams per ton. And you can see here on the top right-hand corner of this slide, we did the first 7,000 meters inaugural program under Trident, and you can see some of the results: 7 gram over 43.25 meter, which included 30 gram over 9.25 meter. So very high grade. We are fully funded, and this is what differentiates us from any of the juniors that you're going to meet this week. We have over $30 million of cash and marketable securities. We just closed an $18.5 million bought deal financing. We're fully funded to execute the next stage of exploration at our company. We have a strong gold macro, and I'll leave that to individuals like John Kaiser to share their views with you on that. And we have an incredible management team. So you can see where we're located. That's the province of Saskatchewan. We operate in the Northeast Corridor. We have over 140,000 hectares of gold and copper assets in the province, near infrastructure and milling. I want to be clear on one thing. This is not just a company with 4 open pit deposits and a past producing high grade gold mine in Saskatchewan. This has the potential to be the next regional scale play in Canada. A lot of the focus has been in Ontario, in Quebec, and in British Columbia. For political reasons, mostly of the past, Saskatchewan has not been an area of focus. That has completely turned upside down over the last 20 plus years. Saskatchewan is a phenomenal place to run an exploration program. One of the top mining jurisdictions in the world, number 2 actually, based on the Fraser Institute survey. There is exploration upside across all 5 of our deposits. We'll talk about that. And we're incredibly attractive. We're attractively valued. It's a $125 million company, over $30 million of cash in the bank. And we have 2 million ounces of gold on our balance sheet, including a past producing high grade gold mine. Here's the team. I won't spend too much time on myself. For those of you that know me, I'm a former fund manager. So I am an investor by trade. I ran some large funds here in Toronto, and so I bring a different approach to the oversight of this company. Jordan Tremble is the president and CEO of Sky Harbor Resources, which is a junior exploration uranium company in Saskatchewan, brings tremendous amounts of capital markets and provincial experience. And then I'm going to flag a couple of our key technical people here. Cornell McDowell, who's sitting in this room somewhere. I think he's in the back right from me. A professional geologist, over 20 years of experience in Western Canada, multiple jurisdictions across multiple metals. And he is really the brains behind the technical success that we've had thus far. And then Paul Kramer on the far right. This individual is a geologist, over 20 years experience in the field. He comes to us through SSR, which operates the only currently active gold mining operation in the province of Saskatchewan, a tremendous hire for us. And then this is the lifeblood of our company. Tim Termundi was just appointed chairman, over 30 years of experience in junior exploration companies in Canada. He's a chairman of Eagle Plains Resources, and it's just a tremendous wealth of knowledge and experience for our company. Ross McElroy built and sold fission uranium for over $1 billion last year, 2 years ago, to Paladin Energy. And then I'm just going to move to the far right, Ron Nedolitsky, a very famous Canadian geologist. He's the architect who put a lot of these assets together for the company. Here's the project portfolio. You can see the Highway 102 runs right up through all of our projects. To the bottom left, you can see that's the Contact Lake Gold Project. That's anchored by Contact Lake, the past producing gold mine. 2.5 kilometers from Contact is the Preview South and Preview North deposits. There's 800,000 ounces of open pit resource there at slightly more than 1 gram per ton. And then 5 kilometers directly north of Contact is the North Lake project. And that's another 900,000 ounces of open pit resource at 1 gram per ton. Within that 10 square block, there's almost 2 million ounces, plus a past producing high grade Cameco mine. So this slide just shows you some of the high grade mines that have existed in Saskatchewan in the past. I just urge you to glance at the grade profiles of each one of these projects. The production profiles are small in nature. However, these were capital deprived assets for many, many years. That's going to change at $5,000 gold. So you can see grades between 6 gram at Contact and 14 grams at Jasper. And then you can see the rest. But what I really want you to direct your attention to is the data at the bottom. That highlights the SSR mining company's CB Santoy mine complex. That's directly to the east of Contact Lake. That is the only active gold mine in the province. And you can see that they've mined down to 750 miles at depth at Santoy and 1.3 kilometers at depth at the CB mine, which is now closed. The Contact Lake mine, Cameco stopped mining at 340 meters. We believe that there is significant opportunity for this asset to be open at depth and along strike. So let's zero in here on the Contact Lake deposit. The pink there is the Baco shear zone. You can see the main zone and the infrastructure that was put in place by Cameco. This is our drill program, the plan view map from the fall. The magenta stars are where we drilled. The dark red stars are where Cameco's results were historically. There's 57,000 meters or almost 240 holes of data, which we have in our company. This is a highlight or a cross section of some of the successful holes. By the way, we had a 100% success rate across 19 holes. You can see hole 3 there, which is what really got the market excited. The Baco shear zone, we knew we were going to hit mineralization, but we really hit some of that high grade in the footwall below the hanging wall. And you can see that's where the 7 gram over 43.25 meter was hit. And then you can see here, there's another hole directly to the right side. I believe that's hole 6 or 7. And you can see the high grade that we're hitting in the Baco shear. So let's just look at some 3D maps here. I know, John, we're going to run out of time, so I'm going to get through this really quickly. That's the infrastructure on the left-hand side. That's what Cameco built. $65 million in 1992, which is equivalent to $125 million in today's dollar term. By the way, our market cap's $125 million. Then there's a 3D mineralization picture in the center. You can see to the left-hand side, that's where most of the mining was done by Cameco. To the right, that's unmined mineralization. Our focus is trying to expand that mineralization to the northeast, which is to the right and at depth. And then on the far right-hand side, the light gray stopes is where Cameco mined out those stopes. The dark gray is where they left behind mineralization. This is our 2026 fully funded drill program. This is the winter program. It's 10,000 meters. We're currently active with 3 rigs spinning on site. You can see we have 2 rigs spinning on the lake from the ice, and that's going to focus on that BK3 zone, which you can see right there on the far right-hand side. There are significant high-grade opportunities in mineralization for us to encounter in that program. This is the value proposition. Our share price has moved over the last couple of days, but you can see that we are trading. Today we're trading around $40 to $45 per ounce in the ground. That's a very low valuation for 2 million ounces in a tier 1 jurisdiction on just those 4 open pits or 2 million ounces. It is my opinion that investors are getting Contact Lake and all of our infrastructure for absolutely free. So although the company has gone from a 10 million market cap to $125 million market cap, we believe that this is just the beginning and there's significant amount of valuation to come. Here's our cap structure. What's really unique about this company is how tightly held our shares are. We have 38.5 million shares. We have over $30 million in cash. We're fully funded for 2026 and beyond. Insiders own just under 20%. I'm one of the more significant shareholders of the company. Thank you very much for your time.